Greetings everyone and welcome to BombTag Championships Ultimate. This is the third match of the quarterfinals between Makro and DuDo. This tournament is now a championship for $1,000 at the very end. The winner of the tournament gets $1,000 that is funded by Kanto himself, who is also watching this tournament right now at the top right. He is dead, he is just spectating. Kanto did donate his spot to Mr. FU in a match where he decided to give a chance to someone else to take his spot instead. Kanto did not want to win the money himself, so he wanted to give someone else a chance to win it instead. And thus he decided to, do his thing and change the rules mid-tournament. It's good times, don't worry about it. But yeah, Kanto is no longer in the tournament, but he will still be spectating every now and then. But that's not important right now. Right now we're playing Makro versus DuDo. Makro and DuDo, both players did face off against each other in the group stage before, Group B that is. That match did end up going in Makro's favor. It was a 3-2. Makro just barely eking out the win there. And DuDo is just as strong as he was before. I do expect this match to go for quite a while. Both of their styles are really good, they match up against really well. They've got different styles, so there will be lots of conflict between bombs between them. Just like that, the conflict between them has caused a draw to happen. And Kanto likes it. Good times. It's good show. Kanto, if you really wanted a good show, you really should have given a longer chance for players to play their matches. Okay, we're back. DuDo was a little bit confused. He apparently thought that he was the cause of the draw, and thus he wanted to give himself a loss, but we do not agree. And Kanto does not agree either. But off of what I was going off of, I'm still unsure whether or not Mr. FB will show up though for the tournament. I do hope he will. He does live in North America. He has his weird time zone thing. DuDo seems to be having a huge lack of bombs right now. He does have the speed and the flame, but DuDo is definitely spamming some, not spamming, but typing some dots in the chat to to show his frustration of the farm that he's been having. But yeah, Kanto really should have given more chances for the players to do their matches, especially since Mr. F is gonna be having a rough time to show up for the tournament, if he does show up in the end. Oh, and DuDo takes the third match. Just flanking him off with another triangle bomb. DuDo seems to be drawing lots of patterns and combining them with a lot of kicking. DuDo plays really well. He is an absolute monster truck. He likes to be a lawnmower and mow over all of their opponents by causing so much pressure that their opponent cannot handle. DuDo is a really difficult opponent, but Makro, he fought DuDo off like a champ before, and I think Makro can still do it. Makro has been showing some great games. I think Makro has got it in him to take down DuDo one more time. Although DuDo is playing out of his mind. Or well, I'm saying out of his mind, but I mean more like DuDo is just overall really confident in his plays. That did not end well for anyone. Yeah, like I said, their opposing styles are very conflicting. One drawing lines and patterns, the other combining that with lots of kicking. It ends up creating undodgeable patterns that end up getting both the players killed. And as a result, we don't count draws towards anyone. If both players lose, none get a point. We are not gonna give points to random players for draws, That's not the way we do it. draws are hard to avoid, especially when both players are really on top of their game. But what I was saying is that DuDo is definitely a warrior that's really strong. What it comes down to in tournaments as well is confidence and lack of anxiety, or just keeping your anxiety at bay. Because anxiety can play a big role in tournaments where everything is on the line. You want to play well, so you try to play. So you put a lot of effort into all of your plays, but it's really difficult to control what sort of emotions and feelings you have at the moment. So you might end up being so nervous that you just don't play as well as you normally do. I know that from experience. I am really bad under pressure. Which is why commentating usually ends up being better for me, because commentating takes up a little bit of anxiety from me, which ends up making me play a little bit better. Oh, that was a close call for Makro right there, but he still ends up surviving. Oh, and Makro just gets caught off guard, stays still for a little bit too long, and DuDo takes the chance and triangle bombs him into the abyss. DuDo is now up 2-0, but Makro can still pull it back. Makro can definitely win games against DuDo. He has done it before, he can do it again. The question is, will he? Also, this is a best of 7, so the third player to reach 4 wins will advance to the semifinals. DuDo is up 2-0, so he needs to win 2 more games. If DuDo wins 1 more game, he will be on match point. And looking forward to advancing to the next stage. Makro does not want to lose this game if he wants to keep his chances realistic. If you go down 0-3 and then you have to win all 4 games straight in order to even move on, that might be very rough. It has been done before, by yours truly in fact. I have done it before myself. In fact, I think I was I think it was the exact same opponent actually, this DuDo guy. Except it was on an alt account of sorts. Oh, Makro gets caught one more time. And that means that DuDo is up 3-0 now. Makro can no longer afford any more mistakes. If Makro loses any more games, he is out. So Makro needs to win 4 games in a row if he wants to keep his chances of winning that $1,000 end prize alive. That being said though, DuDo is looking absolutely on point with his aggression. DuDo is the type of player that is super confident and just ends up causing his opponents to feel the pressure, feel the heat, and that will cause them to make mistakes, and as a result, they might not advance. I hope it's not a 4-0, although it's really looking like it might end up being 1. It would be nice to see Makro pull at least somewhat of a comeback. Just to show us once more that Makro can in fact win games against someone as aggressive and strong as DuDo. Oh, and Makro, unfortunately that's it. That's the end of the rope for him. DuDo 4-0s, Makro looking really strong and really confident with his plays. DuDo might end up becoming the champion if he keeps playing like this. He is quite a warrior, quite a strong player.